So Ladora and Abhishek, you guys have to give us the cue and as to when to start. And
Yep. So as soon as the OSU team lets us know, we will get started. So should we go ahead and get started?
Sure. I was actually planning to give maybe 2 or 3 more minutes for people to just get into the Zoom link, because apparently I think we only have 2 or 3 OSU students in right now, 2 or 3 attendees right now. So it's up to you. If you would like to start right now, I could go ahead and kick things off. If you would like to wait for a couple more minutes and see if anyone else attends, you could also do that as well.
Let's give it a couple minutes.
Sure.
so Justin, how it's for the day? Or is it kind of the fag end of the day for students, or are people generally around and active for some more time?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. I'm actually a first-year student here at OSU, and this is my first kind of event that I'm hosting for Hack Ohio. So I kind of don't have much experience, but it is a Monday evening, so I really don't know what it looks like or what the attendance looks like at these hype events. I apologize.
Yuru, maybe you'll know.
I'm sorry.
No, Yuru is an alumni. She's on our team, so I was asking her if she would know.
I think it really depends. I don't know.
No problem. I think I know for many of us, Monday is not our favorite day, but yeah.
Yeah, I always say avoid meetings on Monday, possible for me, especially in the morning until I have my coffee and it kicks in.
Okay.
So I didn't realize that Yuji was part of your team. So I think we only have 1 attendee. So if you want to give it some more time, we can, or if you just want to go ahead and get things started, we can do that as well. This meeting will be recorded, so
okay,
that's it too.
Yeah, I think yeah. So why don't we then get started? And Nathan, I think don't feel that we're outnumbering you 6-1. so feel free to obviously stop us, ask any questions, etc. Because I think we did want to make it a little bit more interactive. So again, over to Ladora. You want to get started?
Yes. So welcome to everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm actually reporting live from my car. I had to pick up the kiddo, but I did not want to miss on this opportunity to just welcome you all to the career. I was going to say to the career fair. The career fair is tomorrow, but I did want to make sure we could welcome you all and make sure that we were able to engage with you all prior to the career fair that is happening tomorrow. So the lucky winner of the first gift card that we have, because we do come bearing gifts, is going to be the student that we have, and his name is Nathan. So Nathan, because you were the first person, you will receive a gift card from Genpact. Thank you so much for showing up. So congratulations. We're definitely looking forward to continuing to build out the partnership with OSU. We're looking forward for our team to be engaged. We have roles posted in data analysts, data scientists, and data engineering, as well as we have some amazing internships for this summer. So all of that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Manu, who's going to take you all through some more details about Genpact. And about this amazing hub that we have in Dublin, Ohio. I'm kind of thinking about going back to school to do some coding. So over to you, Manu. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
They say the future belongs to those who create it, but we disagree. We think it belongs to everyone.
We believe in technology that connects us, not divides us. That is better for the planet, not worse for humanity.
That creates opportunities for all, not just a select few.
We believe in keeping people at the heart of everything we do.
We are Genpact, a team of relentless visionaries, uniting our passions, expertise, and abilities around a common promise to create a world that works better for people.
A world that works better for those fighting for good, so they can continue to help their communities thrive.
A world that works better for champions of transformation, so their businesses can support generations to come.
a world that works better for innovators so they can make a profound impact on their industries.
A world that works better for pioneers so they can reinvent the world to propel meaningful change.
We are Genpact.
We are in the relentless pursuit of a world that works better for people. Together, we can make better happen.
Excellent. Thank you, JR, for sharing that. Let me just take a few minutes to walk through who we are and what we do. So if we can just move to the next slide, JR. Yeah, so we are, as you can see here, we are roughly about a 23, 24-year-old organization. We were set up in 1997 as part of GE, General Electric, 100% owned subsidiary. We are a global professional services firm, driving transformation for our clients, leveraging data, analytics, technology, and experience. Globally, roughly 90,000+ employees. The number continues to change and grow on a daily basis. We are a publicly listed company on New York Stock Exchange. We go by ticker symbol G. We have a global presence. So we have offices all over the world, and we have a world map that I'm going to walk you through in just a few minutes. And really the idea is where we focus on is how are we helping companies solve for complex business problems. And that could come in from design thinking, that could come in from Lean Six Sigma, that could come in from deploying digital solutions. It could come in from mining data, creating data sciences, doing modeling. So all sorts of capabilities is what we deploy for solving business problems for our clients. And really, when you think about it, it's a combination of providing advisory or consulting services, running certain processes and functions for our clients, as well as deploying technology for them. So that's kind of what we do on an overall basis. As you can see, there are some of the organizations mentioned on the slide which we come across on a day-to-day basis as we are in the market competing for work, or who we work alongside in our client portfolio as well. So now talking a little bit about what we do, and I kind of mentioned a little bit of this on the previous slide. If I go from left to right, the first column is really around advisory services. This is where we actually engage with clients and provide them advisory consulting services to help solve for any business problem that they might be wanting to address. And therefore, this is where we come in, bring our domain knowledge, bring our industry knowledge, bring in our best practices, and help clients design, and then if required, even implement and run those solutions. The second area that we focus on is what we call as data and analytics-led digital transformation. This is where we look at automation. We look at, how do you deploy digital? How do you leverage the data that exists either within the client portfolio or third-party data, which is publicly available, or through various data sources, depending on who we talk to, and really help drive that change for them. The third is really technology services. So, and these technology can range from, the infrastructure, ERP, application technologies, all the way into some of the latest digital capabilities that exists in the market. And then the last piece that I would say is we bring in the operator experience to bear, because we not only advise clients, we also run those processes and services for them. So we provide that hands-on experience, which we are able to leverage to therefore create a superior outcome for our clients for the function that we are working with them on. Let's move to the next slide. So which industries do we operate in, right? And, overall, if you think about it, we are roughly about $3.5 to $4 billion revenue organization. We have 70+ offices around the world. As I mentioned, we are a global organization work across everywhere, depending on what the requirement is. And therefore, it's quite normal for any of our client engagements to be delivered from 4 or 5 different locations. That's just how we globally cover our clients and manage that 800 plus clients. The one piece that is mentioned right at the bottom is the $40 billion in client outcomes. This is really the value of impact that we have created for our clients, and this is the the value that they have taken to bank over the last few years that we have been in existence, so 2 decades. So $40 billion, and it's very important for us because whatever we do, we are always looking at how do we make sure that we are very focused on creating and delivering client value. So as we will work on this, you will see that again and again. So this is a little bit about our global presence. Obviously today, most of us, barring one, are logged in from the US. We have a strong presence in the US, and actually when I look at Americas, across Canada, multiple centers in the US, including Dublin, Ohio, that we're going to just talk about a little bit more, Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Brazil. So those are all of our delivery centers in Americas. And in the US, again, multiple centers, including our US office in New York, our innovation center in Palo Alto in California, our experience center in Dublin, Ohio. So multiple places from where we are present. As you look at in the European region, or EMEA, I should say, you can see multiple countries from where we deliver services and we are present. All the way from UK, Netherlands, Germany, Poland, France, etc. You can see on the map all the way down to South Africa. And South Africa has been interesting for us because we've been present there for a long time, and then we exited that country, and then we have gone back there, just based on the client demands and client needs. If I go into Asia Pacific, large presence in India, a large presence in China, Japan, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, as well as Australia. So, and the reason this is important is for two factors. One is, as I was mentioning earlier, we deliver services from multiple centers for a single client. That's how we are able to cater to their global requirements, and it's quite normal for us to do that. But it's also important for our employees because our employees have the opportunity to explore working in different geographies over a period of time. So depending on what they might want to do, depending on which area they want to focus on, depending on what geo they want to spend their time in, we do a lot of work where our employees actually move from one geo to other if they want to. As an example, I personally have gone across all the 3 areas. So I started in Asia Pacific. I spent 9 years in Europe, and then past about 7-8 years in the US. So and again, as I said, that's quite normal for us to have the people move around different geos depending on what they would like to do. Okay, so this is a little bit of a history chart of how we have evolved as an organization. As I mentioned, we have been in existence for about 23-24 years. Started out as a subsidiary of General Electric. We got spun off as an independent company in 2005. We got listed on the stock exchange in 2007. That's when we had our IPO. And since then, we have been doing a lot of transformation deployments from a asset framework solutions perspective. You can see in 2010, we launched Smart Enterprise Processes. What that really means is we created an entire scientific framework to how do we measure and unlock value for our clients. In 2015, you can see we launched Lean Digital. This is really combining the capabilities of Lean, Six Sigma, and digital together to create an exponential transformation lever for our clients. 2017, we launched Genpact Cora. Cora is our own digital platform. It goes across automation, analytics, as well as AI. And multiple capabilities which come together to deliver a transformation for our clients. 2019 onwards, we have just seen a huge scale up of our data analytics capabilities, our automation capabilities, and our AI and ML capabilities. Huge demand from the market, huge investments going into that space. And obviously, that's one of the areas that we'll be talking to you about later today as well. And I think the only other piece that I will add, which is gaining more and more prominence in addition to some of these, is experience. Whether it is user experience, whether it is customer experience, whether it is consumer experience. I think what we are finding is the expectations that our business users have of the business operations and business processes is aligning to how they operate in their personal life. And for most of us, our experiences got completely transformed in our personal life. How we engage with our financial institutions, how we engage with our friends and family, how we transact, in any part of our life. And as a business user, my expectations of, how do we make sure that there is a seamless shift when I'm moving from a personal to professional life. And I think that's kind of creating a huge runway of demand for changing the experience in the professional environment. So that's the other piece that we are very focused on. So we kind of pull together combination of data, analytics, insights, automation, AI, and experience to then redesign and redefine the business processes for our clients. Okay. And therefore, what is the opportunity? I think as you think about, for us as Genpact, when we look at the opportunity for us in the future, I think there is opportunity for a number of our employees to really become leaders in their chosen space. There is an opportunity to be created or to partner as a trusted partner and a trusted advisor for our clients. Be an opportunity to create even more business impact and client impact. Combining the capabilities that we talked about from a digital, from a data, from an experience and a domain perspective to create differentiated solutions. And obviously, we continue to invest in diverse world-class talent. And again, we're going to talk a little bit about that as we move forward. This slide kind of captures some of the external, recognition that we have got as an organization, which includes from, one of the best places to work with, whether you call it happiest place to work or best workplaces. It includes, recognition to be the most ethical company, for continuous years in a row. It includes recognition of our capability investment in data sciences, and how we are driving that forward. It includes recognition from a diversity perspective. So award for diversity and inclusion, award for and recognition for best employer for women in 2021 list. So, so number of those is what you will see here, which are just external validations of what we practice on a day-to-day basis at Genpact. Okay. This is a little bit double click on the Brandon Hall Excellence Awards. As some of you may know, Brandon Hall is really the Academy Awards of Human Capital Management. And just last year, we received 28 awards across gold, silver, and bronze. Actually, this year, I shouldn't say last year, it is this year. And as you can see, we end up for these awards, the nominations come in from fairly leading organizations, and you see some of the logos on the right-hand side of the slide in terms of who won alongside with us. So, fairly coveted position to be in, and we are pretty proud of the recognition and the achievements and the awards. Okay, and then I think this is kind of where I will talk about the video that you just heard or saw at the beginning of our call. We have one common purpose, which binds us all together, the 90,000 plus employees around the world. What binds us all together? It's really what we call as the relentless pursuit of a world that works better for people. That's our common purpose. That's what we are all achieving and striving for. That is what defines how we operate. That is what defines where we focus, where we make our investments. And therefore, we have chosen, the industries accordingly. We have chosen the areas accordingly, and focused completely there. And actually, on the next slide, I think we'll talk about some of the industries that we operate in. Let's just move to the next slide. So these are, what you see as the industries that we focus on. So, on top, you will see the key industries: banking, capital markets, consumer goods, retail, insurance, high-tech manufacturing. What you see at the bottom are some of the ways in which we are creating, domain-relevant solutions. Whether it's automation, whether it's focusing on transforming the finance operations for our clients, whether we focused on improving the customer or consumer experience. The one which you're missing here is life sciences and healthcare, which is the other industry that we are completely focused on. And that's where actually Dublin, Ohio comes in as well, as we will talk a little bit more about that. If you move to the next slide. So, I was talking about the transformation, I was talking about the impact. Here are a few examples of what we really mean by that. So again, these are just 3 examples that we have picked up out of a number of them that we drive on a day-to-day basis. On the extreme left, what you see is the transformation we have driven for a global food services company. And really what we have done here is streamline their end-to-end financial processes. We have leveraged the capability of data, analytics, cloud, experience, and brought them together to really create a differentiated proposition for this client in managing their financial systems and their financial processes, which impacts their customers, their suppliers, their employees, and as you can see, has created a $20 million impact for them. These are again analyzed impacts. They continue to recur in most cases. But we capture it only for what that analyzed value is. In the middle, what you see is an engagement that we have with the Coca-Cola company, and really we work across their entire ecosystem globally. This is an example of where we have actually helped the Coca-Cola Beverages South Africa company, which is their bottlers in South Africa, to help them automate and digitize almost half of their financial processes. Again, what it means is deploying a combination of analytics and digital solutions, deploying cloud and experience to create more touchless and more seamless operations, which then provides their team members and their employees more time to do more value-added work. It actually enhances the customer satisfaction for their customers and for their suppliers alike, and therefore improves the experience that they have between the organizations. On the extreme right, what you see an example of a financial services company. In this case, it's a credit card company where we have helped them actually redesign their entire card issuance process, and we have helped them achieve a conversion rate of 95% for the applications that they've received. So this includes, running risk models, creating different sorts of, automation, leveraging different sorts of data sources, and then creating algorithms which help them take faster decisions and help improve the outcome for them. So again, the idea is just sharing with you different examples for giving you a flavor of the kind of transformation that we drive for our clients, and therefore the opportunities that it presents of where one can get engaged and what type of experience can be had as one is part of Genpact, in these areas. So therefore, I think, which brings me to probably the last part of what I wanted to cover, which is therefore why Dublin. And we established our presence in Dublin, Ohio, probably a couple of years ago now. As part of our engagement with Cardinal Health, which is one of the leading employers in that geography, and one of the key strategic customers for Genpact. And I think the reason that we set up our center there is we want to leverage the capability and the talent in that geography to create a center of expertise and innovation. And what that means is really there are 2 or 3 things that will happen in our center there. We will continue to deliver transformation for our clients, similar to what I was talking about earlier in the presentation. We will continue to deliver the superior outcomes that our clients are looking for. It's going to operate across multiple industries. So you saw some of the industries that we are focused on. And therefore, it'll be an opportunity for us to establish our presence across multiple industries and multiple clients. So therefore, an exposure to different industries. We will also be setting it up as our experience and innovation center. So this is where we will pick up, complex problems that our clients have, do simulations, experimentations on those, create innovative solutions, and then, see how it works out. And we're going to do that together with our clients. So, it's good. It's an innovation center for us as well. And all the capabilities that I talked about earlier to you are going to be housed out of this center. So this is going to really work as our North American center of expertise and center of innovation for data analytics. And I think that's an important element that I just want to focus on because, while we have multiple centers in the US geography itself, we have chosen Dublin, Ohio as our data analytics center of excellence. And just given the presence, given the talent, given the capability that we think we can continue to hone and develop in that area. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else on this slide that I might have missed. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything else. So that's kind of the idea that we have. We want to make sure that we are able to provide the cutting edge innovation and all the capabilities of technology and data analytics required, and therefore really to experience what you would think as the best of Silicon Valley here in Dublin, Ohio as well itself. So that's kind of where I will pause and hand it back.
Thanks so much, Manu, walking the team through that. So what we'll do now is if there's any questions, you all can either come off mute or you can feel free to put the questions down in the chat. We would love to engage with you all and answer any questions that you may have.
So I have a couple of questions, but before I ask them, I would first like to make a quick announcement that I believe that we do have a couple of participants or a couple of students inside this meeting, and that I will be pasting a link to a Google form inside the chat, and then I would like to ask the participants to complete that form to be eligible for the gift card raffle that Genpact will be doing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and send that link in the chat, and then please complete that.
And did you say you also had a couple questions as well?
Yeah, actually I did. So what kind of internship opportunities do you guys have at this at the Dublin Center?
So I can just give you a high level, but the experts are on the call. These are the leaders who will be on it. We have digital analytics internships that are in Dublin, Ohio. We're establishing a 10-week internship program. I always say like the internship is like the rehearsal for the full-time job, right? So that's kind of like the interview in itself, but the experts are on the call. So can you all give them a little bit of insight into what they can anticipate being in Dublin, Ohio?
Yeah, I can take that, I think. So look at the part that Manu mentioned. Most of our focus from a Dublin, Ohio perspective comes in these two areas. Financial planning and analysis is clearly one of them. That's part of the whole center of excellence that we're running there. And then within analytics, data science, data engineering, and data reporting visualization. I think those are the kind of skill sets that we're trying to grow significantly. There is a base with a number of clients that Manu talked about. So as you come in and from an internship perspective, it will be aligned to one of those client teams, if not working directly on client data, because there are naturally some restrictions around that, but really picking up a few areas in the specializations that I mentioned above, which effectively will give you a good sense of what the industry problems we are trying to solve for. Some could be subsets of a larger project that we're doing with these companies, to the extent it's okay for us to have someone come in. But the idea is that we would like to think of the internship as not just an engagement and a specific project, but kind of a longer conversation as well, and think of how that helps you understand what the work environment is like, and what Genpact certainly culturally and Dublin point of view, what the significant plans we have for growth. So we're hoping that anyone who interns with us is as much an ambassador for us in the larger OSU population as much as interning with us per se.
And actually, just to add to that, when I talked about us being 90,000 plus employee organization. When I take the sliver of what Amit was referring to as data sciences, data engineering, and data visualization, right? That entire sliver is about roughly 10,000 plus employees. So of the 90,000 plus employees, about 10,000 plus are focused in that area. That's what we have today. And therefore, that's the ecosystem that, will be available to the team as they start the journey with us.
There's more. I'm so dramatic, guys. That's how you know. So one thing we also do is at the end of the 10-week internship, we give the interns opportunities to present their projects to leaders, right? Because I think that's a big part of it, right? Being able to share what impact you were able to deliver to the org. And one thing I'll encourage you all to do, especially, when you're doing an intern, I'm 10 years in supply chain, right? But now I'm in recruitment. Who would have thought? So, not being afraid to explore, those different areas and just get out there. So that's my spiel. Any other questions?
Sure. So I have just one more. So I guess, like, what do you look for an applicant, and like what really maybe stands out if I were to apply for an internship?
I can take that if you like. So, I think and it's important to understand the organization before I answer that, right? So let me start there. The way we operate is really, we talked about our purpose. The one piece which singularly binds us together is, are we doing the right thing for our customers and our clients? So customer satisfaction is a very important element. And therefore, that provides a singularity of purpose for us in terms of how we operate in our business. And therefore, if you link that back to, how we operate, we are a fairly flat organization. We are, we don't have, I would say, multiple, layers of governance and bureaucracy in an organization. We actually operate more as a, $4 billion revenue startup. Think about us in that manner. And therefore, there is nothing that one cannot achieve by, with a few phone calls in our organization, irrespective of wherever you might be sitting and whatever you might be doing. So, and therefore we don't get caught up in what's my role, what's my responsibility, hey, what can I do, what I can't do. I think as long as you as an individual or I as an individual is focused on doing the right thing for our customers, I can actually go ahead and do whatever I want, right? Obviously, assuming certain guardrails, but, we can literally go ahead and do whatever it takes to do the right thing for our customers. And therefore, if you think about what we're looking for in the people who join us, either in internship or even otherwise, right? We are looking for a learning quotient, what we call as curiosity. So, we're looking for curious minds who are always looking out for new ways of doing things, new ways of learning, new ways of working. They're always looking to explore. I think that's what is an important element. I think, we are looking at people who do not shy away from operating in shades of gray. So we'll not always operate in black and white, and we use the term courageous as part of our values in the organization. But really the idea is, hey, are you able to take risks? Are you able to operate with limited information? Or are you looking at really 100% precision? For us, speed is more important than accuracy. Yes, we need to be accurate, but directionally so. But speed trumps over accuracy in our organization. And therefore, if you can decide based on only 80% data, and you believe that, yes, I can go ahead, you don't have to wait for 100% data, then that's the right answer, right? Go ahead. We're not saying that you'll get it right every time, but chances are you'll get it right most of the time. That's been our experience. And if once or twice we don't get it right, that's okay. Nothing is going to break down, right? So I would say, curiosity and being courageous are two of the pieces. And then obviously, innovation is probably the third piece that I will highlight, which is important for us. So, are we focused on almost continuously on challenging status quo? Are we focused on continuously looking at what can I do more and differently? with our clients in the operation that we're running. So I think those are a few things that we're looking out for. Obviously relevant skills as we go through, but our view is, hey, if somebody has the right behaviors, then skills are something that can be taught and can be gained over a period of time. But behaviors and attributes are more important for us.
For sure. Thank you very much for answering that question. So I'd like to ask if any of the other participants in the meeting would have any other questions that they would like to ask.
I guess not.
I guess not. So thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you and your support of Hack Ohio. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.